everyone. I know a few people are interested in getting Mix It Up and using that for their streams, so I thought I'd do a quick little rundown of what Mix It Up is and give a quick introduction to it. And we can add a GIF through a command onto a stream and just show you how to do that. So this is Mix It Up here. I'm running version 1.0.0.9. If you are running an earlier version than this, which I was for a long time, it might look slightly different to this, but if you do update it to the latest version, this is what it'll look like. Now I am running Streamlabs desktop here. It also works with, so this is Streamlabs OBS. It also works with OBS as well, but this is what I use for my streaming. It is very similar on both platforms, and I can do another tutorial slash video using OBS if you want, but for now we'll just use Streamlabs OBS desktop. Version 1.8.4, not the latest version, but this is the one that I use. So just wanted a quick intro into Mix It Up. So Mix It Up is a streaming bot which integrates both with your OBS, your streaming platform, and Twitch, and it sends and receives data from both Twitch and your OBS. So it is a separate program. Just think of it like it's just a bot which will send information and receive information exactly what you tell it to from the APIs, but it's going to be technical, and into Mix It Up itself, and then it'll perform actions or anything that you want it to do inside Mix It Up, and then send it back out to your streams and into Twitch. So this is just the main screen here on Mix It Up is the channel. Here you just see a bunch of information. It's your channel title and things like that. But I'll just minimize that for now. So you've got a couple of buttons here. This button, the three lines up in the top left-hand corner, has all your different options of what Mix It Up can do. Chat command. This is your chats, your chat commands, events like being rated, setting timers, and a whole bunch of different things here, which we won't get into on this video. But if you're interested, I can go into more detail on those. We have this question mark here. If you press that, it goes to help. We'll link to. It'll open up a browser and their help page and their documentation, which has a lot of useful information on it if you want to read into that. And a settings button, which has all your current settings and a couple of different things we will need to play around with today, but I will show those to you in a bit. So first off, how to use Twitch, how to use Mix It Up. What we're going to be doing on the video today is creating a browser source in Streamlabs OBS, creating a chat command so someone can type exclamation, whatever they want, whatever I want the chat command to be, and it'll pop up a GIF whenever someone in chat does that. So simple, very easy, very straightforward, kind of fun thing that we can do to just begin our Mix It Up journey here. So first off, click on your three little bars up here. We want to come down to services. We need to make sure that everything is integrated and linked together so that they'll begin talking to each other. So overlay here, we want to make sure that we do have an overlay set up. This is the default browser source, how to web browser source in your streaming software. And just make sure that this is connected. We can test connection here. Connection test successful. We're doing a connection test. You can see a bunch of these red words come up here saying that that is successful. I'll link them up here. If that's not successful, you'll need to link your Streamlabs OBS or your OBS Studio here. Oh, it's clicking on a bunch of things and they're not minimizing. OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS. So as you can see here, Streamlabs OBS, you can just click connect and it'll connect to it. Test connection, it'll say yes, connection test has been successful. So now this is, Mix It Up has now been linked into Streamlabs, so it'll start talking to it. You also want to, when you log in, it'll give you ask for details of your Twitch account. You link it with Twitch, pretty straightforward. And then they'll be able to pull information from that. It has a bunch of different options here as well. If you did want to link any of these, XSplit, Polypop, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, voice mods, Patreon, Streamloots, just like a bunch of things, if this then that, Discord. You can link all this and have some functionality coming in and out of Mix It Up into those. But for now, we've linked it to our OBS and we've got an overlay. Now I already have quite a few overlays, as you can see on the right here. Blend the beans, subscriber confetti, command gifs, this kind of stuff. So if you did want a bunch of different overlays, so different areas on your Streamlabs where things will pop up, you can create multiple overlay sources by clicking up here in your settings and coming to overlays. Here, I've got a bunch, default, chat command GIFs, anything. So we can add, let's just say test, add one here, and there's your new overlay. Okay. So if I were to create a new browser source, because we want, say, we're using this for our GIFs, new browser source, add source. New source, we can just call it test, mix it up, add source. Okay, then we just want to copy this overlay. You can just press this button here to copy it and paste our URL on there. Right, some of these options, how big you want it, how wide you want it, shut down the source when visible, things like that. So just going to put it over here, top right hand corner. We can just stretch it out, however big you want it, how small you want it, drag it around, things like that. Very simple. So this is where our GIF is going to play once we create the command. You want to come back, close that down, come back to your three buttons up here. Very simply, we want to create a command. This will be a chat command for people can type exclamation and whatever you want to call it in chat. So for example, one I prepared earlier, we can just do 0k like this, and we'll have a GIF. Right, simple as that. Now this is how you create it. You want to come down here to new command, and a new window will pop up. We just want to name it whatever you want. This will be the name that is called inside Mixer. So we'll just call this test. And this will be your chat trigger. As you can see here, no exclamation needed, space separated, semicolon for multiple words. So you use spaces to separate the words, semicolon if you want multiple words, it to be triggered by multiple words. We've already got this auto include exclamation ticked, so we don't need to add the exclamation. We can just put this as something like that. Okay? Now, we need to create what we want to happen. And in Mix It Up, anything that happens in any of these commands or timers or anything like that, it's called an action. And as you can see down here, we have an action. You get to choose what kind of action that you want Mix It Up form. Now there is a bunch of options here that I'll run through a quick few. Chat message. So if you want a chat message to pop up when someone presses exclamation test, Rickroll in this case, and chat command comes up, you've been rickrolled, you can do that. Simple. You can have a conditional, you can have it play GIF, play a sound in your overlays. You can change your voice on commands. You can pretty much anything you can think of, you'll be able to do it through these actions. But we're just going to come down here to, sorry, not input, overlay images and videos, because we want to create a GIF to play. Okay, so once it's there, we want to add it to our little command editor, and this you can click on here to minimize and maximize it. So this will be a list of all of the actions that will happen when you trigger this command. Now you can have multiple of these, so we can have like 3 GIFs play if you want to, all in different browsers or in the same different sources or on the same source if you want. Very, very easy just to add those. You can copy them, paste them. Very, very versatile. So we want to create images and video overlay. So for our action, this here, more options here. So if you want to play a YouTube video, if you want to play a video, if you want to play an image that comes up. Now a GIF that we want to play is a type of image technically. So we just want to select that. Over here, overlay endpoints. So I have several overlays set up here, and you'll be able to tell it which one you want it to go to through here. So chat commands, we want to come down to this one here, test. Image file path, so you browse your computer, find the GIF that you want, open it, and apply it there. Okay. Down here, duration, you need to set a duration on it, how long the GIF is going to show up for. I'm just going to say 5 seconds. If you did want it to, so slide in, slide out, zoom in, anything like that. So I'll just say slide in up, slide out down, click that, and then you can bounce and pulse and add some cool things to it if you want to. Cool, that's that screen position. If you wanted to move it around the screen inside this box, you could do that by pressing here, position, pixels, you can rearrange it. I'm not going to touch on that in this simple instructional video. And then if you want to test it, you can press this button. This is test command to see if it happens. You've got save here, which we'll click afterwards, export it to a file, import it. So you can copy and save these and send them to your friends and things like that if you want. So we're just going to test it. Dialog can be used to test it. You've got a message if you want to put all this in. Literally just testing what someone would use when they come to your channel. We're just going to test that command. There you go. And a GIF will pop up. So that's worked. Everything is fine. We're okay. So we want to save that. And then we can come down to my bottom. It's in alphabetical order, so not the bottom. What do we just call it? Test. Here it is here. Test. You can press this play button now in your list of pre-made commands. Again, and it'll just come up when you test it. If you ever want to edit it, you can use this second button here. It'll literally just open up the same screen we had. And then final one is delete if you ever want to delete it. There's a fourth column here. You can easily turn these on and off if you did want to turn some on, turn some off during a stream or between streams, things like that. Now we can test this. Come over to my Streamlabs OBS in my chat, and we just go exclamation test. And we see that it doesn't work. So that is interesting. Let's have a quick look at our, it's because the trigger is a Rickroll. Exclamation, Rickroll. And then, simple as that, anyone in chat will be able to do that, exclamation, Rickroll, and that'll come up. If you did want to limit the times people can use it or who can use it, we do have these usage requirements up here, which is obviously in this edited button here. So we can set here, this is who can use it, which streaming platforms, what roles, so you can set it to followers or mods or subscribers, so you can use this to reward subscribers, give them a bit more interactivity in your streams. You can set a time between uses so people can't spam it, cooldown, if they need to spend currency, so if they need to spend bits or anything like that. You can add that there, and there's a few more, rank, inventory, a couple of other cool things that we don't really need to get into. But yeah, so this is just a very quick, very simple instructional video on how to add a GIF to your stream. Very simple, add that. Just remember everything that you want to do is called an action, and then just create it, make sure everything's linked, and you're good to go. I hope you did enjoy this quick video. I should be doing more if people were interested and want to tell me what they would like to learn about this. I've got a bunch of different scenes, different GIFs, you can play videos, all really kind of cool stuff through Mix It Up. So yeah, experiment and have a great one. Bye.